Ladies and gentlemen, Gamecock Chuck coming to you today on this Friday afternoon, week 2 of the 2021 college football season. Today I'm going to be previewing the matchup between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the East Carolina Pirates. Before I get started on that video, help me out. I ask that you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, like my videos, share my videos, comment on my videos, and just help me out. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube, trying to get my channel to grow. If you already subscribed, I appreciate you. I thank you for it. And if you're not already subscribed, hey, do me a favor and subscribe to me, man. I'm gonna try to put out new Gamecock content out at least once a week, probably twice a week. You know, depends on my work schedule and how everything goes. But let's dive into this thing. South Carolina takes on East Carolina this weekend. They'll be on the road to Greenville, North Carolina to face the Pirates. Right now, the line's been jumping all over the place. It's been, I think it started out as East Carolina -2, then South Carolina -2, and East Carolina +1 or -1, South Carolina -1. I mean, it's been all over the place. It's kind of hard to tell what the line is, but I believe right now it's like a South Carolina -2. So it's pretty much like a pick'em game if you think about it, because I mean, you know, -2 is kind of like a pick'em. So right now, I think the ESPN FPI, the Football Power Index, has South Carolina favored to win by like almost 71%. They give them a 71% chance to win. So it's been bouncing up and down just a little bit every so often, you know, every few minutes seems like. So, but they give South Carolina a pretty good chance to win. When I look at this game, you know, East Carolina is a well-coached football team. They have a great head coach there, Mike Houston, and I think his third year at East Carolina. Everywhere that guy's been, he's been successful. You know, whether it be in Division II, Lenore Ryan, where he resurrected that program, laid the foundation for them to be successful currently. Whether it be the Citadel, James Madison, getting them competed back at the highest level. And I have no doubt, and I have all the confidence that he's going to do that same thing here or there at East Carolina. If the Pirates are patient and give him the opportunity to get the right staff, the right players, his style of offense and defense in there, I think they're going to, within the next couple of years, be competing at the highest level in their conference. Now, that's not going to say they're going to be world beaters or, you know, national champions or anything like that, but he will have that team hitting on all cylinders within the next couple of years. I believe. I have complete confidence in him. East Carolina is 4-19 all time against the SEC. It's an interesting stat there, and all 4 of them wins have come against the Gamecocks, and all of them was back in the 90s. So it's been a while since East Carolina's beat South Carolina. South Carolina holds the overall win-loss total at 14-5. The last time South Carolina went to Greenville, they pitched a shutout, beating East Carolina 26-0 back in 1997. So it's been a while since we've been to Greenville, but I think we're gonna have a good showing, good crowd there. It's gonna be real rowdy. A lot of East Carolina fans. Hopefully it'll be a good turnout for the Gamecock fans, and it'll be a good atmosphere and a good game altogether. Some things that I look at when I look at East Carolina, you know, they have some very, very good key playmakers on offense, led by their 6'3", about 230-pound left-handed quarterback, Holton Ahlers, right there from Greenville, North Carolina. He's a local kid to East Carolina. You know, he was the number 17th dual threat quarterback coming out of high school in the 2018 class. They also have a dynamic running back in Keaton Mitchell. He's very explosive. He can catch the ball at the backfield. In that game against Appalachian State last weekend, man, he showed his shiftiness and explosiveness when he caught that little swing pass and he just left people in the dust, man. He's explosive. So we got to be able to, contain him. On the outside, they got some young and talented, unproven wide receivers, led by C.J. Johnson. Very talented kid right there from the state of North Carolina. So I think he's like a freshman or sophomore or something like that. So he's very young. So they got to get him involved and get him the ball in his hand, let him do some stretching the field for the offense. Like I said, though, Holton Ahlers is a dual threat, so he's going to extend the play. Like if the pocket breaks down, he's going to be able to run out of the pocket. He's going to give his receivers time to get open, And if it breaks down and they can't get open, he's going to find a way to get outside and break containment and make some plays on his own. So we're going to have our hands full, from a defensive standpoint, trying to contain him, trying to keep him in the pocket. But, yeah, on offense, that's what it's looking like. They're a good team, I'm telling you. It's a scary matchup, but it's a good matchup for South Carolina. Defensively, when I look at East Carolina, to be honest with you, they don't look very good on paper. They gave up 485 yards to Appalachian State, probably about half and half, through the air and on the ground. Appalachian State was able to, get in the secondary and make the DBs look bad at times, and they exploited a weak defensive line, and they was able to run the ball pretty well, effectively. So defensively, they got some question marks on that side of the ball. As far as South Carolina goes, we are getting Kevin Harris back. He's 100% healthy. Should see him in the backfield along with the other three, Juju McDowell, Zaquandre White, and Marshawn Lloyd. So we should see a good rotation of backs right there. Luke Doty, the whole quarterback situation, Shane Beamer said the other night, he's probably not going to name a starting quarterback till Saturday, which is great. It kind of leaves East Carolina trying to plan for multiple quarterbacks, not just one. So I like that strategy. I hope it works out. Doty being almost ready. They said he should be back and ready to go, but Marcus Satterfield said the other night that it's going to be close, and he looked good out there. So however you want to spin that is up to you. If he's not 100% healthy, I don't like him being out there, to be honest with you. I don't think we should jeopardize a young man's career anytime, or his career or his health in any time, no matter what kind of game it is, whether it's a big-time game or not. You should never put a young man's health or career in jeopardy. So if he's not 100% healthy, I'm perfectly fine seeing Zeb Nolan come out there. He did great last week against Eastern Illinois. He controlled the game. He did what he had to do. He got us in and out of the huddle. He made some throws when he had to. He made some runs when he had to. He's not the swiftest runner out there, so he made plays when he had to. So and he helped us navigate to a shutout against Eastern Illinois. So whether he comes out there or Luke Doty, like I said, I'm all for Doty being out there, but he has to be 100%. The wide receivers, it's about time for some of them to step up. Last week, against Eastern Illinois, our leading receiver was a running back, was Zaquandre White. So, I think it's time for our wide receivers to be able to separate, get downfield, get open, catch the ball. When I watched the video or their playback of the game, DeCarrion Jordan had a couple drops that he shouldn't have had. It's just a little bit of inconsistency, but our wide receiver play needs to step up. We need to have some guys go out there and do some good things. Josh Vann did good. He had some good catches, good routes running, good routes that he ran. Sorry, can't hardly talk. But overall, I think our wide receiver play needs to step up a bit, especially as we get further and deeper into a harder schedule. When you play a team like Eastern Illinois, you don't have to be crisp at every position to win that game. You're pretty much going to win because you dominate both sides of the ball. So, but our wide receivers need to step up going forward, and our offensive line needs to play better. We got pushed around quite a bit by the Eastern Illinois last week. It was just, watching that game is kind of like, how in the world did our big offensive line get pushed around, by a FCS school, when in essence that's one of our strongest points of offense is the line and the running back. So, Eastern Illinois at times had their way pushing us and getting in the backfield, loading the box and disrupting our plays. So we got to get better play from the offensive line. Defensively, I'm looking for the secondary to step up and continue to get better. They did real well last week, got a couple picks. One called back that was a touchdown. They had one that was an interception, and then our defensive line had an interception that Jordan Birchie took it all the way back to the house, 60-some yards, 61 yards, I believe it was, 63 yards, something like that. So defensively, I think we should be good. East Carolina didn't do a whole lot. running the ball last week. You know, I think most of their offense came through the air, so we got to be able to contain the quarterback, get pressure on him, and lock down them receivers. Some of the keys to victory for each team. Start with South Carolina. Like I said, defensively, we have to get pressure on the quarterback. Last weekend against Eastern Illinois, we only had 2 sacks against an undersized team. That's ridiculous, an FCS team. There's no way we should only get 2 sacks. You know, it's time for somebody to get in there and be disruptive and bring down the quarterback. It's going to be a tough task this week with a dual threat quarterback, but we have to figure out how to get pressure on the quarterback and bring him down. Offensively, like I said earlier, bring better push on the offensive line. I mean, that's just all there is to it. We need to open up these holes for our explosive running backs. And we got some good backs in the SEC. We got one of the most talented rooms in the SEC. And it's about time for us to showcase that going forward. You know, our offensive line needs to get together and make some good push, open up some holes to give our running back some running room. Like I said, wide receivers need to step up. We need to start hitting some deep balls. I think last week we had maybe one deep ball that was overthrown to Jalen Brooks. So we need to try to stretch the field. We got some speedy and some good wide receivers. We just got to hit on these deep balls this weekend. We need to get open and connect on some of them, and I think that'll help open this game up. For East Carolina, when I look at them, some of the keys that they need to win this game, it starts up front in their defense. They have to load the box, and they're going to have to shut down our running attack. And then also they have to win their one-on-one battles on the outside. If they're going to load up the box, they're going to have to contain and shut down our wide receivers. They're going to have to keep us from getting downfield on them. Offensively, you know, they need to just keep a clean pocket for Holton Ehlers, give him an opportunity to get the ball out of his hands. And if nothing's there, he's going to have to make plays on his own. So, but, you know, outside of that, you know, it should be a good game. You know, I'm not really taking East Carolina lightly because it's going to be a scary game. And what I mean by scary is it's not like East Carolina's like a world beater or nothing like that, but it's just South Carolina has some unproven stuff, and they're on the road against a better opponent than what they played last week. So we need to shore up some things that we had, some mistakes that we had last week, like penalties and missing plays, missing assignments, and a couple missed tackles. You know, we need to clean up all that stuff, and I think the game will be okay. But if not, it's going to be a South Carolina loss, in my opinion, because you know you can't just go into somebody's stadium and have mistake after mistake after mistake, and they're not going to make you pay for it. So. And looking at all this stuff and some of the things I laid out, you know, I'm looking for it to be a good game. And my prediction for the game is I think I'm kind of torn between a couple scores. I think it's going to be somewhere between 31-17 or 38-24. You know, I think East Carolina's going to be able to score some points, put up some points. I think they're going to have their opportunities, but I think in the end, South Carolina's defense is going to you know, take over the game and just put the game away for us. I think, you know, it's going to be somewhere in that 31-38 points for South Carolina, 17-24 for East Carolina. So with that being said, hey, like I said earlier, thank you. If you have subscribed to my channel already, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the notification button, like this video, share this video, comment on my videos. And until next time, go Gamecocks, go Coach Beamer, Shane Train 2021. Let's go, baby.